I said fuck Xbox, fuck all these Xbox, fuck every Xbox their channel. Won't give a damn. It's PlayStation for life. You don't get it? Let's get it. Let's do this. Let's do this, my ponies. Let's go to war. What? Say what? Yeah. I say I double tip on The Last of Us. Woo. Yeah, I double tip on the director's cut. Woo. Double tip on every damn release. Damn right. Yeah, Jim Ryan is my motherfucking boss. The boss. Yo, and we don't care about no layoffs. Yeah, all the shine are gonna keep it on the low. Shh. We be sucking on every damn toe. Yum. Because Sony PlayStation gets the love. Yeah, so all hell Sony, we be your ponies. You can take my wife, you can take my money. I'm obsessed with the God of War. Yeah, all my ponies ready to go to war. Blue PlayStation high, all over my head. Pentimetal PS5, 120 FPS. Blue team is the set, throw it up. I never had sex, I only care about sales. I said what I said. Woo! Only PlayStation gets my love. Only Sony gets my love. The love, pony love. Only PlayStation gets my love. Only Sony gets my love. The love, pony love. Only PlayStation gets my love. Only Sony gets my love. Thug love, pony love. Yeah. I see you Xbox. I see you playing on Game Pass for free. Nah, man, we don't do that over here. We pay $70 a game. Yeah, you Xbox be broke. You so stupid, so goofy. Fuck you, Demo Flow. Fuck you. Like and subscribe. Yeah, if you wanna see me more on Demo Flow Gaming channel. Fuck this dude, I'ma pop in the shot every time. Yeah, but I'm here to show my pony love. And you with it? Say what? Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of the Demo Flow Gaming Show, where I share my passion for gaming and keep you informed of everything that's going on with gaming. Hey, happy Friday, yo. I put here the vertical stream because I know a lot of people like the vertical stream, so I just put the link. That one is for the vertical. Actually, horizontal. I messed up horizontal. My God.
No, I know what you were trying to do. I was just asking if he meant to be on that one.
Yeah. You guys can be whatever you want. Just know that there's two streams now. There's a horizontal and a vertical stream for all of those who like to watch. Either way is convenient for you. It doesn't matter, man. Whether you're watching here on YouTube, vertical, horizontal, Kick or Twitch, we got you, man. Enjoy the show the way you want. I'm seeing all the comments no matter what streaming you on, so it don't matter. But if you want to participate, go ahead and check all of the streams, all the links, and y'all already know the deal, man. Demo Flow Gaming, happy Friday. We're back at it again, talking games. Exciting end of the year. We are talking about the end of 2025. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year for all of those who are going to come over here. Maybe I don't get to see you later or whatever. But yeah, that's what's going on. It's the holiday spirits, right? And then we are super excited to be back in here again talking games, man. And we got Powerball's in the building as well. What's going on, Flair? How you been?
Absolutely phenomenal as always. Having fun playing games.
Hell yeah.
The content.
Hell yeah, man. Super excited for gaming in 2026 now. And, I think that we had a glorious 2025. I can't really complain. Like, we had so many games that came out this year that were high quality games, and definitely a good year for gaming. And I think we're going to do the Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo year review. I think it's going to be next show, right? Because this is the show before the New Year's, but that's for the next show. For now, we got so many news to cover. So much is going on in the gaming industry at the moment, both good and bad, right? But
we got to address the most important guest in the show, and it's you guys, the chat, the community. Shout out to y'all for coming through every Friday morning and hanging out with me and staying tuned with the channel and, you know, the videos and all the content that I provide you. Also, people, shout out to people who follow me on Twitter and, you know, X, whatever y'all want to call it. I'm going to keep on calling it Twitter because you just sound better than X. X sounds like, you know, like a dirty website. So I'm just going to keep calling it Twitter. And anyways, man, I've been having a blast playing games, and shout out to you guys, to the community. Shout out to chat. I see you out here, number one in the house, bro. 6 Layer in the house saying happy holidays. Happy holidays to all of you. Whatever you celebrate, man, I don't give a damn, man. Like, you know, I'm with it, with all the holidays. I don't care if, you know, if it's a religious holiday, if it is a historical holiday, as long as I get a day off from work and I get to spend some time with my family, that's good enough reason for me to celebrate whatever it is. And I'm just a neutral type guy. So yeah, happy holidays to all of you. Super excited to what's coming, man. We got just when I wondered if there was going to be a show today. Yeah, we have a show today for sure, man. Yeah, for sure. But we don't have, a show tonight with Simone and Duro. The night shift is not going to go down because it's Simone and Duro anniversary. Just wanted to wish them a happy anniversary. I hope they continue to, to build the family the way they've been doing. They've been doing a great job with their kids. You know, they had like a soccer team, many kids. So super happy for them, and I just hope they have a great time. And it's also my lady's birthday, so we're gonna be hanging out with the family, we're going out for dinner and stuff like that. Thank you. So we're just gonna hang out today at night, and there won't be no games played tonight, at least for me. But tomorrow, definitely, I'll be back playing games. So I do have the whatever is left after the day today to play some games before she gets home from work, because she actually went to work. Shout out to her for that. And then after that, then we can go ahead and relax and have some fun. So yeah. Shout out to Power Boss as well. He was around. He said, "Yeah, show today is on point. That won't." You were clarifying that on point is the ones that doesn't have the show. Shout out to him. We got Simic GX Simic Jill. How's it going, man? Good to have you around. We got more people here. We got Lycos 45 in the house, man. How's it going? Good to see you around, man. What's up, Demo, Power Bus, and Chat? What's up to all of you? We got Jules in the building, and an interesting way to do this. What do you mean, like the vertical and the multi-stream thing? Yeah, man, for sure. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make it easier for you guys to go ahead and tune in the show. That's all there is. Let's get going with the show. I hope you enjoyed this, cool gameplay that I have in the background playing Call of Duty. Nuketown 24/7. Servers were extremely sweaty here, so you're gonna watch me do some crazy plays and stuff. So, I've been moving and shit. So let's get going, man, because I don't know if you know about this, but Sony is pushing Naughty Dog to the limit. And there's an article out there that is basically by Bloomberg telling notifying everybody that PlayStation is pushing Naughty Dog to the limits by, having the people or the developers crunch their work so that they can finish and hopefully release this game by the end of 2027. This is big news because, as you know, crunching, sucks. And, a lot of things go wrong when crunching, but they're not the only ones that do it. Let's keep it real. This is not bashing PlayStation. This is not like, like making it seem bad or nothing. Like every studio does it. So we're going to go ahead and get into the article and see what the hell is going on at Naughty Dog and why are they trying to crunch. My guess is like Sony PlayStation hasn't had any steady releases like they used to back in the PlayStation 4 times. And now they are basically starving for content. And the thing is, they don't have any games. And you could argue that Death Stranding is a PlayStation game, but it really isn't. It's a Kojima production game, even though it was PlayStation work with Kojima or whatever. But you already know that Kojima is for the streets. The only actual PlayStation Studios game that they released last year was, this year is Gozo Jote, which is doing decently in sales, right, Power Boss, so far? But it's the only one. Like, you think about it, like, throughout the whole year, what it PlayStation had when it comes to the releases of games. And that's why now they're feeling the pressure and they're like, okay, we're selling consoles, but what about the games? Which, in my opinion, is like the most important part of all of this, because what's good is it to have a console that can do this and that, but then you don't have any new games to play. That's just the way I see it. And you can see down in Twitter and all of that, the Sony PlayStation fans, right? Trying to make it seem like the Xbox developer is theirs or like it's supposed to be like a PlayStation thing, but it really isn't. It's an Xbox show. So we know that Animo, what's the name? Animo? It's not coming to PlayStation, and that's a game that was shown in Xbox. So it could definitely happen. Xbox can literally pull the rug out, and just basically, finesse PlayStation with a strategy and start dropping exclusive content. Even though I don't agree with it, with that strategy, they could definitely do it. They have the manpower, they have the money, and they have the content and the IP. So if they go ahead and do that, then PlayStation is going to be at a disadvantage. And the one reason why I think Xbox won't do it like 100% is because they're more interested in selling these games, in getting you to play these games than anything else. Honestly, this is what Xbox wants. They want you to play their games. They want you to go ahead and utilize their Game Pass, their services, and all of that. While PlayStation want to sell you the console, but they also need to sell their games, because if their games don't sell, then the studios don't eat. The studios don't eat. Lights go off, layoffs, yada, yada. Even though I know there's out there, Power Boss, I don't know if you heard, but there's rumors about Xbox layoff. But they're the funny rumors, because we know that Microsoft every year, they cut jobs because it's a big company and they need to get rid of redundancies. Also, every company does it. That's why I don't really like to cover layoffs as much, because I know Walmart does it. My job, they do it. An unknown company or whatever, they do it. This is something that companies do all the time. And it's going to get worse and worse with the use of AI that is already replacing, everything. And honestly, a lot of people are going to blame AI, but in reality, if you go to Publix, I don't know, whatever store you have in your area, let's just say Walmart, there is no AI taking the job of the cashiers, right? But it's the cashiers itself. You can go ahead and, pay for your stuff by yourself. You don't need no one.
I was about to say, there is the self-checkouts that are doing it.
Yeah, the self-checkout, but
I know I did it.
But it's I use it all the time, but there is no AI in there. It's just, you doing the work, paying yourself. So a lot of jobs, and you can tell, with technology, a lot of jobs disappear, right? And it just happens. But, at the end of the day, we're here for the games. We're not here for, for those concerns, because we don't work in the industry. Obviously, we are with those who have been affected or will be affected by layoffs in the future and whatnot. We understand how it feels. We've all been through it. But the most important part about the whole thing is the games that we get to play, because at the end of the day, this is our hobby, right? And this is what we enjoy. So let's pull out some of the, let me see. Some of the Sony PlayStation fanboys, they've been acting a fool. So just gonna show some of the stuff that I see here. Shout out to this guy right here. We don't know who is. The generic Eric. He posted the PlayStation 5's partner direct is looking lit, and he has a picture of Cole Eastwood that they mimify. And look, we got some of the games that supposedly are coming to the Xbox Direct. We got Fallout, E-Day, Clockwork Revolution, Horizon 6, a Fable, and a Spyro 4, which I don't believe that one too much. But anyways, they wrote something here saying "fuck these clowns," and I don't know why would you say that. Like, I mean, you could like or not like Cole Israel would for from that to say "fuck him." I would, I'm not
No,
defending him or nothing. It's just crazy.
he's saying it because he says that all of those 6 games when they release are going to go PlayStation day one, which I don't think they are. Because we
I
don't know anything
mean,
about the Spyro. We don't know anything about any of the other games yet. Now, are they going to go? Probably. Are they
I
going to
mean,
go day one? That's another story.
yeah, we got Fallout 3. That's for sure. It's gonna be multi-platform. There's no way that they're gonna keep that exclusive. Let's get that out of the way. We got Spyro 4. That's gonna be multi-platform as well. But what Fable and E-Day and Clockwork, we don't know. Horizon, there's a chance that it might come over there day one, but maybe not. This is like the year of Xbox, so I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of Sony PlayStation dudes that have been waiting for the Xbox games are gonna be kind of disappointed this year when they when they don't get what they want from Xbox, because it is what it is at this point. But for the other people who don't give a damn about the console wars and they just want to play games, like, this is gonna be an extremely good year. And I just can't wait to go through it, man. So yeah, that's what they've been saying. And I mean, what can you say? So let's go back to the news about the whatchamacallit, about Naughty Dog. And I do have the article here. I pulled it out. It's about Bloomberg. Somebody said that Bloomberg has no credibility, but it's funny when Bloomberg says something, iffy about PlayStation. They don't have credibility, but they don't waste time to cite Bloomberg when something is bad with Xbox or any other platform, which is like, I don't want your stupid offer, dude. What is going on? Is it like now you had to what is going on? Okay. My God, how do you get rid of this? I'm not gonna get your stupid offer, dude. What is this? Are you for real? Can I see the article? This is extremely dumb, dude. I was reading this article the other day. Anyways, well, the part that matters, bro, here, whatever, because this fuck Bloomberg straight up. Let me go ahead and find you then the maybe I can do it like this way. Okay, now it works. God damn, bro. They really make you jump over a lot of hoops just to, get to an article. It's so freaking, it makes everything so hard. So yeah, get rid of this. That's why nobody comes to his websites and read nothing, because look how bad. Look, and these are the people who want to criticize UIs in games and shit. Like, look at this. They can't even get a website working properly. Terrible. Okay, so Naughty Dog Studio orders employee overtime for Intergalactic. So the Sony-owned game makers have been racing to hit a December deadline, and that's December 2027. Somebody corrected me. I thought it was going to be 2026, but 2027 is still years apart. So how do you feel about this power buzz before we get deeper into how do you feel about 2027 release for this game? Do you really think that they showed this game too early?
Yes, but I also think what they showed didn't do it justice. I do think that they need to let it cook more, and hopefully it'll be good still.
Yeah, definitely, man. I feel like, sometimes I feel like they showed this because they were in a similar situation than Xbox when they did that 2020 show. Remember that they show a bunch of games that were 4 years away. Like, they show Outer Worlds 2 or something, and it just came out, right? So you think about it, they in the same predicament, right? They are starving for content at the moment, and they don't really have anything to show. The games that they have announced that they're gonna come out are Wolverine and this one, right? Is there any other games that they talked about? Any big games like this?
Soros.
Well, I said big games. With all due respect, Power Boss. I said big games. Okay, so I wouldn't consider Satos a big game.
We only know that they have 6 games in the pipeline: Wolverine, Intergalactic, Soros, Marathon Fair Games, and
the Frog game.
More.
The Frog game.
Yeah.
I don't know, but check this out, man. Yeah. So let me go ahead. Employees at Sony Group Course Naughty Dog Studio are working mandatory overtime. That's crazy. Mandatory. Like, what the fuck? Overtime to finish a demo for the next video game. Intergalactic, the Heredity Prophet, reviving an infamous workplace tradition that is increasingly frowned upon across the industry. But of course, nobody's gonna say shit because is PlayStation. And then you get people online telling you, Power Buzz, like, oh, I hear people crying about crunch time. Yeah, people do it all the time, but like, just because it's PlayStation doesn't mean that we're not gonna call it out. You know what I mean? What they're doing right now is not the right way to do things, because you know what happens when you crunch. You know, it's not a good thing, man. It's gotta happen, right? At some point in the development cycle of games, people crunch, but they starting early, right? So that means that they probably super behind. And, you know...
So Jules says that the demo already got released. And she says she's going to try, see about the characters and the story. It looks like No More Heroes at Home kind of thing. So I don't have for it. I can care less about the whole Sony branding, the spaceship car that they used for the name brand, and what I care about is what the game looks like and plays like. I don't even care about the character being bald.
Yeah.
You know, the perfect thing about it is you have to have good and well-written characters, and the way you determine that, I mean, look at Borderlands. In the Borderlands franchise, you have Ellie, Moxie's younger sister, who's big as a house, and she's a lovable character. She's not anything, and it's a well-written character.
Yeah, she's just fun, right? Isn't that the one that she looks like a truck?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, she had the little tiny legs and the square butt. Yeah, down. Yeah, but she's fun and she flirts with you and stuff, and she's like funny. Okay, so continuing with the article, because I don't really want to go too deep, but for the past 7 weeks, the Santa Monica-based studio behind The Last of Us has been pushing its staff to work long hours to get ready for an upcoming review of the demo by its parent company. According to people familiar with the situation, starting in late October, staff were asked to begin working a minimum of 8 extra hours a week and logging their overtime in an external spreadsheet, said the people, who asked not to be identified because they weren't authorized to speak publicly. This overtime period was an attempt to get the production back on track after several missed deadlines. So 8 hours of overtime, that's like an extra day of work, right? So I don't know how you feel about, like, what if you, like, I know you retired, Power Boss, but what if you were working and you get asked to like work an extra day, like, and it's mandatory, like you don't get to rest Sundays and Saturdays anymore. You need to come and work on Saturday and work an 8-hour shift.
So I've seen, my significant other doing her work mandatory overtime with her job. She works across the room from me, and the thing about it is, if you get to choose your overtime, how you want to do it, before your shift, after your shift, or one of your days off, that's a totally different story if they tell you when you're doing your overtime and you can't get around it.
Right.
So that's the first thing. Second thing, I want to clarify, Jules misspoke. She said the demo's not out yet, so that's my fault. I read into it. So we are looking forward to that demo whenever it gets released to see how the game plays. Mm-hmm. And then third that I want to talk about is I would rather them rush the demo and crunch on the demo than crunch and rush on the actual game.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna still give it its fair shot. I'm gonna let it come out and see how it plays. I'll probably hop on my PS5 to play the demo and see what's going on with it. I'm just more and more I see about the game. I'm just not appealed by that game. It doesn't look good. Wolverine looks like a Spider-Man reskin. People are excited for that one, but I don't see that one taking off as big as Spider-Man did either. Soros is Returnal 2.0. Sony's running out of ideas of what to publish. The only thing that they're having that's even halfway decent games are Xbox. Look at this year. You had a Sony publication website, the Sony Blog Official, that literally came out and said that the best game on PlayStation 2025 were 3 games. 2 of them weren't even theirs, and all the awards went to Ghost of Yotei. What else did Sony publish this year?
Yep.
Death Stranding 2, it's not theirs.
Yeah. And even if it was like, I don't feel okay. Like Death Stranding had a buzz for like a week or 2, and that's it. Everybody forgot about it, like literally. So I think that the game was pretty well done. It's just like it was a game that it wasn't like gonna be popular. Even Kojima said it. He wasn't expecting it to be like super popular or nothing. So there you have it. I do believe that PlayStation is hurting when it comes to like creativity and the games that they got coming. They are focusing too much in some other shit and not enough in in what they're supposed to do, which is the games. So at least the good news for the Sony PlayStation fans out there, or the people who cared about this game, is that they're crunching on the demo and not on the actual game. But if they crunching on the demo, the importance of this demo is what I want to highlight, because they are going to show this demo to the investors and to the parent company, which is Sony, and they literally going to go through a review. So this is what it's all about. So it better be good. It better be enough to pass the test. Otherwise, they're going to either get, a delay, or they gonna get some layoff and some changes in the team. And I would hate to see that, honestly. I hope that they can like ace this review, and that the game can come out as soon as possible as well, for the sake of Naughty Dog, which is like, an amazing studio with amazing developers and creators over there. So I do believe that this is necessary. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not criticizing, what they're doing. If anything, this goes to show that they're trying to like, pour their heart and soul into the game. So I'm hoping that they can, I don't know, create a hit out of this game. And besides how you feel, hopefully you can change your mind later, because I was excited at the beginning because I thought it was going to be like a space game. And you know how I feel about space games. I love Starfield. Just finished the Outer Worlds 2, amazing game. Go ahead and play that shit. I finished it the other day. It was freaking dope. Everything, story, characters, environments, atmosphere, the music, everything, the weapons, the RPG mechanics, everything about that game was amazing. So I love.
Which leads us into our next topic.
Yeah, it will definitely send you to our next topic. But I want you guys to let me know down there in the comments how you feel about this. And what are your hopes with Intergalactic, the Heretic, the Prophet or whatever? And how do you feel about this game? I feel like this game already started in the wrong foot with a lot of people. When you go ahead and see that trailer, you go into the comments and you can tell what I'm talking about, man. Definitely. So yeah, those are the news, man, about the the Naughty Dog and what they have going on. I wanna see, because I see 30 something comments over there. So let me go ahead and see what the hell is going on with y'all. Let me catch up with chat, and then we get into a next topic, or we expand a little bit in these comments, depending on where we go. We'll go with the flow, because I got aim, I got flow. You know what I'm saying? So let's go. I'm that Ninja 617. Sony is down bad this generation. All these consoles and no good games. I wouldn't go as far as to say that they don't have good games, because they did have some good games. I do believe that Ragnarok and what was it, the Astrobot, those are good games. artists at the core. Now, where these games are popular, where these games are like mainstream or something, that's another story. But I do believe that God of War Ragnarok was a good game, and Astro Bud definitely was, a good game because it was the game of the year, according to all the people who voted. One thing is for sure, they critically acclaim. So let's just say that, Power Boss. They critically acclaim games. Okay, before you throw a fit, I see you in the background. So we got Six Layer in the house as well. Say I'm that ninja, replying right to that ninja, and he says the honest truth. So many people bought the system as a status symbol, and those who play the same old stuff that doesn't benefit Sony. And I will have to say that whatever game they're playing on a Sony PlayStation is definitely benefiting Sony because Sony do get a cut out of all these games. But at the same time, it's like it's not helping the brand to become better because it's just like you are depending on EA, you are depending on Ubisoft, you are depending on other third-party developers like Xbox for people, so that people can play your games in your platform. And I thought that was the one thing that people criticize about Xbox last generation was that the lack of content. But now I feel like it's a different energy around PlayStation, Power Buzz. And it's like, it's kind of unfair because I think PlayStation should get cooked just as much as Xbox got cooked last generation because of it. But instead, what they do get is praise. Oh, PlayStation is almost sold 100 million consoles. And everybody's just praising that. But where are the PlayStation games? That's first and foremost. Because, you can have the best restaurant, but if your menu is only 3-4 items, like a lot of people are just not going to rock with it like that. And like you said, Six Layer, a lot of people bought this as a status symbol. I know a lot of people who have PlayStations and never turn it on. They don't even play games like that. They just bought it to have it. And you can go into the Instagram Reels and see a bunch of girls, half naked and stuff, with a PlayStation in the background, trying to bait you into thinking that they're playing games, but they're really not playing games. You know what I'm saying? They just have it just for that, for clout. And look, I have a friend that has a PlayStation. He's always trying to give me his PlayStation. It's like, oh, you want to go ahead and check this game out? I'm like, bro, I'm good. Like, I don't need a PlayStation. Like, if I want to play any of that shit, like, I just go ahead and go log in Steam and, whatever. I was playing God of War the other day, because I was like, I want to go back to 2018. It's a very, very interesting year. Okay, 2018, The Witcher 3 came out. There was a big controversy. The big three games that year, right? The Witcher 3, Red Dead Redemption, and God of War. And those are the games that I'm playing right now that I'm done with Outer Worlds 2. And I'm done with Call of Duty because I mastered Prestige, right? So everything that I'm doing in Call of Duty right now is extra. I'm just doing the challenges, continuing on with the camel grind and everything. But I wanted to go back to 2018 because I feel it was one of those years that a big robbery happened. And I've been playing God of War with an open mind and, trying to digest, the story and everything behind it. And as a father, now a new father, I can tell you the story hits. You could even feel sentimental about it, but entertaining and fun, that's not it. Now, in contrast, we got all the games like The Witcher 3, which is a generational game. I loved it from the beginning to the end. It's such an amazing game. Super, super cool. And packed with action, great combat, bunch of abilities, amazing RPG mechanics. You can take your game and the stories whatever the fuck you want, different endings, yada yada. All that stuff is a way more complex game. And I'm playing also Red Dead Redemption as well, which, I got no words to describe Red Dead Redemption as a game. It's like everything that you would want in a game is right there, right? And I feel like, God of War literally wrapped these two games. I would definitely go as a game of the year. That year, I would go more for The Witcher than Red Dead and God of War. That's just my opinion. My enjoyment of The Witcher was greater than Red Dead Redemption, because Red Dead Redemption can get boring at times. Because it's like too slow pace. You play for 3 hours, you get 2 missions done. And then you're like, where did my time go? While in The Witcher, you can like, get new gear, level up your weapons and shit. It's like more entertainment for me, right? God of War had a good combat that year. Story was solid, but other than that, I mean, I don't feel like they should have taken it. But anyway, just wanted to say that because, it's funny that I'm going back to 2018 because I'm taking a break from, all the newest games that they were released. So kind of want to go back in time and reminisce and see, wow, like, what a year that was, right? Because it was a good year for gaming as well. So I have that ninja in the house saying, yo, they flopped. I got bored of that game quick. Jeez. Call Classic Cage in the house. How you doing? I hope you're feeling better. I know that you couldn't stream this past week because you were sick or feeling bad, but I hope you're doing better. So she's saying Sony's most glazed studio not pulling up for an entire generation is an embarrassment. And I have to agree with you because, I mean, it was about time the Naughty Dog dropped something other than The Last of Us remake or remaster again. And yeah, this is the end of the generation and they really got nothing to show for it. And that's very, very embarrassing. And a lot of people don't really call it out and they'll still defend it. I would say, though, Insomniac, though, it's a different story. They've really been putting work. They've been the workhorses of Sony PlayStation. But I think at the same time, they're running out of ideas. If you look at Wolverines and how it's coming, I feel like, they're sort of like burned out. Maybe they work too hard doing, Spider-Man, Ratchet and Clank and all these games that they've been doing. Yeah, that's crazy. We got Lycos45 in the house saying, I'm not surprised Naughty Dog is going into overtime. They did the same with The Last of Us too. Yeah, it seems like that's something that a lot of studios do. But the whole point of the article was to tell you guys that they are crunching for the reason that they going through a review of the game. So if they tank that review, they could be hit with layoffs, delays, and so on and so forth. So this is a very important situation that they're in. Forza is a time exclusive. It was confirmed. So Forza is not coming to PlayStation day one. I don't know about that. I don't really got the information. I don't know if you have a Power Boss, if you can confirm this, but I'm going to go with that Ninja and what he said, and let's just believe what you said, man. Okay, let me see.
I haven't heard anything about any of the leaks. I know they're out there. I haven't looked into it yet.
Jules in the house saying, I'm going to try it, but it better have a great story and good characters. She's talking about Heretic. Well, not Heretic, but Intergalactic Heretic, the Prophet Heretic. Whatever. Eternal D87 in the house. What's going on, Poppy? How you doing? Yep, we got more of you guys. I like God of War 2018 way more than Ragnarok. After 10 hours of Ragnarok, I say delete. I'm going to be honest with you. God of War 2018, I can only play for an hour or two. Almost like I said, I'm watching a series because after that, I feel like, damn, man. I kind of want to hop on Call of Duty and, shoot some guns. I want to do something exciting because, I mean, it has a good story, great character development, amazing, beautiful world. But the game is not as fun to play. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm having great fun like I did with Outer Worlds 2 or Ninja Gaiden 4, for example. Those are games that I'm playing and I'm like doing cool shit all the time, discovering new cool. Like with God of War, it's like, every 2 seconds, there's a, you know what I mean? Like your screen gets small and something, you have to like sit down through a cutscene. And that just like breaks the immersion for me. I know the critics love this shit. They love when you are not pressing buttons because they can play games for shit. But they sure can talk a lot of shit, but they can like, it's just like they love not playing games. But not for me, man. I think Pablo saying I gotta it turned into God of War before I quit, but I remember that game was made for DSP as a guinea pig. Goddamn Power Bus. You know how to cook them like that. At least add some seasoning, a little bit of salt.
No, they actually showed it at the GDC when they showed how they made God of War Ragnarok. They showed DSP playing it, saying, "Hey, this is who we used."
Wow. They literally look for somebody who don't know how to play games, and we're like, oh shit, that we can make the.
I'll give him one thing. He played and got farther in Ninja Gaiden 4 than Reforge.
Oh no, bro! Come on, bro. Hey, funny story. You want to know something? I'm playing Red Dead Redemption. I started a new playthrough. You know how you go ahead and buy a new horse and you can name him? Guess the name.
You named him Reforge, didn't you?
Huh?
I did name him Reforge. Oh shit, bro! I gotta clip that shit, man. I named him Reforge. That's like my first horse in Red Dead. Yeah, bro. Sometimes, sometimes I broach him and shit. You know what I'm saying? Give him a carrot or apple, and he's so happy and shit. But anyways, man, that was some funny shit. Just wanted to say it, but yeah. We got Wet Dave in the building. What's going on, OG, man? Good to have you around. What's going on, player? I had to come through the show. Maybe after the holidays, I come through and chop it out with you, man. I love coming through Web Dave and having some fun, spanking ponies and whatnot, man. Shout out to Web Dave. Go ahead and follow him. Amazing content creator and a legend in the community. So go ahead, man. Check him out, man. And he said hit the like button, so you better listen to what he said, man. Listen to your elders. All right, so we got this bot here commenting some bullshit. They always get the bots from Kick and whatever. Oh my god, man. Okay, we got my fake in the house. Dímelo, Bobby. Good to see you, homie. What's going on? What's going on? Aye. Okay, so let's get into our next topic because this one is big. And man, the marathon art direct. Let me fix that, bro. Oh my god. The marathon art director resigns, dude. Let me go ahead and share my screen because this is kind of important, kind of a big deal. And it just came in. Oh, man. Share the screen. And we're going to get into big marathon news, man. And this one came through Marathon Bulletin. And they have actually an article, which we can go through real quick, briefly, and speak about homeboy over here. Art director Joseph Cross left Bungie by choice. So he didn't get fired. He left Bungie by choice. I don't know how I feel about his position, Power Boss, because I know he's in charge of the art, but it could happen to anybody that you think that your people are doing a good job or something and they steal some assets or something without telling you, you give it a pass because you think it's cool. And then, it ended up being stolen art, right? So that could happen.
I agree. Everything that happened to him was completely on him, but it could happen to anybody.
Exactly.
I do think that PlayStation and Bungie set him up to fail when they set him up for that interview, though.
Mm-hmm. Remember, they sent them out there to talk about the. I don't think they shouldn't even done that. They should have done a pose or a pre-made video in which they explain what happened and that's it. Boom, boom. They shouldn't have that. Shouldn't have never been in the internet. They should have just gone ahead and got rid of that. But yeah, Marathon, according to a lot of people that I've been hearing, he's better now. Okay, a lot of people that I've been hearing around have been saying, I'm not saying that this is me saying, I'm saying that I heard, that I've seen posts of people saying that Marathon is much more enjoyable now. They added voice chat, proximity chat. They added some things in the world that makes it more enticing. But I overall don't like the way that this is going. Okay. The reason being, this is an extraction shooter that is out to compete with our creators who the player base that they won is playing at this moment Arc Raiders. So think about it. Arc Raiders was arguably one of the best games that released this year. Okay, let's start there. It should have been nominated for Game of the Year. The fact that it wasn't there was unfair. Honestly, I know PlayStation 33 won it, and it was fair that it won it on it. But like, we gotta celebrate all fucking games. And Arc Raiders, even though I don't like it, in the sense that I'm not into extraction shooters, this Power Boss, even though I'm into shooters, but I have played it, and I could tell you it's a great game at its core, right? Now, the fact that you're competing with Arc Raiders, you better come straight. You better come with some fire off the rip. And off the rip, it's not going to happen. Why? Because you're already facing some controversy and bad reputation already. You got people with a sour taste in their mouth that they want nothing to do with Bungie at this point. You got somebody who artwork was stolen and put out there like as if they done it. And I know they got to an agreement. They fixed the whole situation with the artists, but it's still a bad look for Bungie, was like a former shadow of itself. This is not the Bungie who did Halo, OG Halo, none of that. These people are not even that. These people are completely gone. This is another team with, different people or whatever. So, what do you think about this? He resigned, and I feel like bad for him, right? In a way that maybe he was set up, like you said, for failure, and now he's paying the price. And which brings me to maybe that's why he took this decision and was like, you know what? I'm not going to be part of this bullshit. And then he left. So I think he's looking better now after he left, honestly. Because it looks like maybe y'all set me up for failure. Yeah, maybe. So I want chat and Power Boss you as well to tell me how do you feel about the whole situation. We're gonna go into the article a little deeper later, but I kind of want to see before we jump in there. How do you feel about him leaving? Does it make Marathon better or worse?
I think it looks worse because if you look up Jeff Keighley's post, he actually showed the next reveal trailer after he's left of what they've changed and what they've done. The colors are matte. They are down, even less vibrant than what they were when they previously showed it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It looks like they took all the assets and just redid them from the ground up, and it looks absolutely bad. Yeah. The game direction doesn't look any better or worse than the previously showed. The proximity chat can be meh. The funny thing that you bring up about Arc Raiders is both of these games are $40. Arc Raiders right now is on sale 20% off on Steam for $32. And like you said, everything about Marathon is trying to be what Arc Raiders just came out and did. They're trying to be the next Escape from Tarkov game, Escape from Duckov, all those types of games where you have to have core mechanics to keep bringing your players back. Okay, I don't know if Marathon has it. We haven't seen anything about the game, but I know that Tarkov and Arc Raiders both have, where if you equip a certain piece of gear, you get like a hidden pocket where when you are out in the world, exploring, doing your stuff, that if you die, those things don't get taken. Those are safe.
Yeah. So you have like a safe type shit that you can keep your things in there.
If you remember, when I first talked about Marathon and what we saw of it and all this and that, the one thing that I was complaining about was the introduction of new players with this mechanic. They have to do it right. And now I can understand if, it's just like an upgrade path where okay, you start with like 2 rows of 10 spaces, and as you level up, you can use your money that you find out in the world from the extraction from successfully doing it, where you can sell things and then upgrade these pouches so that they are larger up to a maximum of a certain amount, but high risk, high reward. But at the same time, it's going to turn off new players who can't even go out there, who turn a corner and all of a sudden run into a squad that have been doing the map for ages since its release, and you're just now coming in months into the game. It's going to turn players off because they're not going to have anything, and they can pump an entire clip into you with their pistol, and they got this high-powered rocket launcher that's going to one-shot you. So the PvE aspect is almost non-existent in Arc Raiders, or not Arc Raiders, Marathon, excuse me. And I talk with somebody regularly who is playing Arc Raiders, and he swears up and down that the game is great. And it probably is. I haven't given it a shot myself. I've been seeing Epic Treasure, shout out to her. She's been playing it on live streams. I'll probably have to catch up a couple of her streams to, make a better assessment about the game myself. But like I said, a friend of mine is playing it, and he's swearing up and down by it. It's one of the best extraction shooters that are out right now. And it probably is. But as far as Marathon goes, yeah, there you go. There's Jeff Keighley's trailer. Mm-hmm. Look at the weapons, the world design, and everything. People were trying to defend this, saying, "Look at the new lighting." I'm sorry, but the lighting has nothing to do with whether or not the weapon and the world design is bad.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I was playing this game, and it reminds me a lot of a Marathon, and it's like an indie game that I played. Damn, let me. If I go on Steam, I'll figure out what the name of the game is. But I actually posted some gameplay on X, and I actually enjoyed that game. It's a roguelike game. It's a shooting game, but it looks just like similar to this in like style, and and it just like I don't know. They want to go now for the darker tone, right? So they were talking. I was listening to this. This is like a direct on Marathon. So basically, they speak about the new updates and the new things that they added to the game. So I was listening to them, and then these guys are saying that they wanted a darker, more punishing environment. So I don't know, because at the beginning, this game was like very bright.
When he was shooting the gun there.
Okay,
couple seconds.
Hold on.
The next time he shoots a gun, pause it.
Okay, hold on. There?
So look at that gun.
Yeah.
How low poly res does that have to be for somebody to get it through their head that they are not putting effort into this game?
I look at the guns are super. They look like Minecraft type, like Roblox type shit. Exactly. And they could have done so much better here. So I think this is like maybe lazy work. And maybe this is not finished yet. But the aesthetic that they went through with these guns are like, they almost feel like Nerf guns. That's what it looked like. But not even, because I think Nerf guns are cool. So
let's remember, Bungie is not above stealing. Not saying everybody at the studio is a thief or anything like that, but we know that they have been accused multiple times over the years, even with Destiny 2, of stealing guns and concept art and putting it just straight into the game, 3D model as their own. And they've gotten called out for it multiple times. We know this. And those very well may be placeholders and not the final product. But we do know that Marathon has put out some weapons that have full textures on them. So if those aren't full textures, why are you showing those and not the full texture ones? Are they just that bad, or are these just taken from streamers that just happen to find this on the ground or in a loot? So it's not doing the game any justice by that fact either. So I'll give them that part. Now, I will say, as far as Marathon goes, I will say that their walking animations for the characters, like when you're walking behind your squad member, those look phenomenally great. The gun we know is usually good for Halo and Bungie and Destiny and things like that. But At the same time, it's their balancing issues that they have a problem with, but their gunplay is phenomenal.
Yeah. Well, there you have it. That's Bungie and what's going on with Marathon.
I just don't
I
see
don't-
this surviving too long.
Yeah, I don't feel like this game is gonna have any sort of success. You know how I felt when I first announced it? I was excited, but then now watching this, it's like I don't know. But then again, I've seen people saying that it's better now. So God knows, maybe when you go inside the game, you feel better. But I'm not feeling the guns. I'm not feeling the the aesthetic. It just doesn't look like a AAA type deal to me. Right. And that's what I was expecting from, Bungie. You want something that's comparable to Destiny. And this is not even nowhere close to Destiny. When it comes to the content, when it comes to the gunplay, when it comes to everything, this is like nowhere near Destiny. So, I mean, let's just give him the benefit of the doubt for now.
Mind you, everybody that you've seen trying to defend this game, take note. They're either Marathon shill in their bio. Chaos Lounge proved this when he was showing responses to his retweet of Jeff Keighley and his thoughts on it, and his live stream yesterday he showed, and his video he showed, where they're like, they're emphatically Bungie lovers, which is fine. You can be a Bungie lover.
Oh, Sony lovers. I see somebody.
Take note. While they say it's better, they can't tell you exactly what is better.
Listen, I seen somebody who hates Call of Duty with a passion. Like literally all his content is hating on Call of Duty, praising Marathon. Let's just say that. Saying that Marathon is, all better now and all of that. But then when you go to his thing and you see the videos, he said the Black Ops 7 is shit, the Call of Duty's ass, all of these things. So, I mean, if Call of Duty's ass, this is like literally like the inside of the rectum. Like this is the butthole. Anyway, so I'm just saying, bro, like, different games, but I'm saying not feeling it. Same with this other game, High Guard. Didn't feel that one either. That to me looks like another DOA type game for the controversies and everything coming from. I don't know if you're seeing High Guard. Let's go ahead and pull it out. Let's talk about it a little bit. We might as well do a parenthesis here. Let me go ahead and look it up, bro. Hello, High Guard.
The final, just one more thing from the Game Awards.
Yeah. The one more thing for the Game Awards. And I don't know, bro. I didn't feel this one. And I love shooters. I'm into the shooty shit. But this one just wasn't it for me. I'd rather play Paladins, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. But check it out. This is a trailer from High Guard. Another, is it like a hero shooter? Another arena hero shooter.
5v5 arena hero shooter with horses in between objectives.
Attempt to, dethrone Overwatch or something. Yeah, I gotta say though, the animations when they're doing certain actions in the game look cool, but I'm gonna say something. The guns look unappealing and bland. The whole riding in a horse while you're shooting a thing, like, I'm not feeling that either. Some of the abilities look cool, but other than that, like, look at the weapons, bro. Like, come on, man. These are the people who made Titanfall, who work on Apex Legends, and those are cool ass games. You go to Titanfall and the guns look amazing. They sound fire. They just like have this like satisfying effect when you shoot them. And this just doesn't look anything like. Look at this gun. It looks like a fucking, like, I don't know what the hell it looks like, but it doesn't look like very appealing. But like the animations when doing this type shit, it looks cool. Other than that, I'm gonna have to give a shot to this game. But the good thing about this game that has over games like Marathon is like this game is free to play. This game actually has a chance, because it's free to play. But when you have people paying $40 for something like Marathon that you don't know how good it's gonna be, that's when my problems start. Marathon should have been a free to play title. I will die on that hill, for the good of that game, right? But we will see, man. We will see. But this right here, I don't know, man. It looks like all over the place. You got like a bees. The other thing that I like is the destructible environments. I'll have to say that. That's pretty cool. But then again, it's like these abilities, I'm not feeling that ability. It's like almost like they copy zoos. And
but you also have to think what just came out that's similar to this that's also free.
I mean, we got plenty of games like these. We got Overwatch. Marvel Rivals is super cool, and they added what is it like Deadpool. So this is the type of games that you're trying to compete. You're trying to compete with Overwatch. You're trying to compete with Marvel Rivals. They have an uphill battle at this point in this game out here. So I put this game in one of the like DOA type game that I don't expect this game to make any waves, and it's kind of sad because this team right here, bro, they have very talented developers. God damn it, they work on Titanfall. They work on Apex Legends. Like these people, like what are they thinking, bro? I think they could have done it with a different tone. Maybe make it like more stylized graphics. I think the whole like realistic thing doesn't click with it.
So I'll give this game the benefit of the doubt. Well, a little bit more than Marathon, but not by much because it, like you said, it's still $40. Or excuse me, this is free to play, whereas that's $40.
Yeah,
so I think I have a little bit longer of a lifespan as far as that goes. Like Overwatch, this has no established lore, and don't forget on the 10th anniversary next year, Overwatch 2 is shut down. But Highguard has some big shoes to fill in the aspect of even attempting to be an Overwatch 2 replacement, a Marvel Rivals replacement.
Bro.
And it's just going to be rolling the dice.
Yeah, it's going to be extremely difficult for this game to hit. I'm just going to say that. And look, I hope that they can some way, somehow recover, maybe get some of the feedback and throw in another trailer where, better looking characters. And when I say better looking, I'm not talking about like with, curves and, sexy characters. I'm talking about like, like characters that, oh my God, I want to play with this dude. He's like a cool dude that does this and do that. You know what I'm saying? Rather than looking good. Like, look, I don't know. I didn't like any of the characters that they show, bro. They show a beast that punched the floor like Jax and, whatever. They didn't like it. They didn't like the dude with the revolver. I liked him less. The dude with the he's a wannabe Zeus. The dude with the shurikens is like, I don't know. He's almost like, I would say like Titanfall and what's this game? Valorant had an ugly bastard baby. that's what it looked like. I'm not gonna lie, bro. But fingers crossed. I hope these people get to push this game towards a good, launch and life cycle. Fingers crossed, man. We don't want to see any more Concord situations. Y'all developers need to read the room, bro. What is with these characters? Why are they so, like, I don't know, like, they look so generic. They really do. And it's like uninspiring.
We've already got Concord 2 coming up in March for Marathon. They announced the release date. Another one, if it's not already canceled, that's going to be Concord 3. I think is going to be Fair Games.
Oh, they're going to have a whole series of Concord at this point.
And then they have this now where we have no idea how this is going to do even as a free-to-play, whereas Marathon's a $40 game. Like I said, the only thing it has going for it has no established lore. The only thing they can do is compare it to other games in the genre.
Yep, but that's all.
Like you said, the destructible environment is cool.
Yep, but that's all for Marathon. We're out of Marathon. We hope that you succeed, but it's not looking good out there for you or for Highguard, to, just being honest out here. Very unexciting, to say the least. But we got our next topic before we go into the comments, we got Expedition 33, Baldur's Gate 3 getting bashed for using AI, and we're going to talk about it here because I think this is a spicy topic that we all have to talk about eventually. Is the use of AI in video games, and their pros and cons, and what we think, from different perspectives, because probably Power Boss feels differently than how I feel about AI. But let's keep it real. Everybody uses AI. Like, bro, for whatever reason, to make a thumbnail, to create an image, to create an AI video. Matter of fact, if you go online now to the social media, you got dedicated accounts to post AI videos. I don't know if you've seen in Power Boss, the one with the babies. The one that you got the baby saying, "Oh, I love my grandma, I hate my parents," type shit, right? Like, there's a lot of AI content going around, and it's obviously making their way to video games. So I kind of want to know how you guys feel. But before we get into that, let's talk to the chat and see what the hell is going on, bro. We got my fig in the house. We got Jules in the building. Sam, I'm gonna explore everything in this game. What game is she talking about? Intergalactic. Lycos 45.
She said she has to work on her Steam Deck.
Oh, in other words, okay, fire. Go ahead and check it out. Yeah, everything is great about that game. We got Lycos 45 saying, I still want to play Marathon. Hey, if you need help, if you need to talk to somebody and you're depressed or something, Lycos 45, bro, you can always come over here, talk to me, bro, or call the hotline. I do want to, I'm not going to lie, I want to play Marathon because I want to see what the game is going to be like at the end. And it's just me, my curiosity, and also my love for shooters, because I love fucking shooters. So maybe it hits for me. Maybe I end up liking it. That's what I said. Let's give this game the benefit of the doubt, right? I know it has a lot of negative attention, but the least that we could do as gamers is just like hope for the best, right? That's the least that we can do. It's not a matter of like, oh, let's hope that Marathon fails. Like, that mentality needs to stop. We need to look at it in the way, okay, like, let's give these people the proper feedback so that they can, make a good game and that hopefully I can like, right? So let's just look at it from that perspective, and I think that we're gonna be happier overall. We got the Archangel Nexus in the house. Dímelo, what's going on? Joe Demo Power Shot. Good show, man. Thank you. Appreciate you, Ben. He's saying as well, it's a tough landscape for games that are online and free to play. It's almost like you have to discover new fans and build up a new fan base from scratch if you want to survive. And that's when creativity plays a big role. You want your game to be creative enough to attract new players. Look at this game, Escape from Ducktough. I don't know if you heard about it. It's a big hit on Steam. It's literally, I need to show you gameplay because you're not going to believe me that a lot of people are playing this shit. A lot more people are playing this than actual, like even Call of Duty on Steam. It has more play than Call of Duty. So check this out. This shit is crazy. And it's crazy. Escape from, let me go ahead, Dork.
Yeah, Escape from Ducktough is basically a vampire survivor's version of Escape from Tarkov. Extraction shooter, but in third-person, top-down fashion. It's the best way to describe it.
Is it remove?
It does have party capability, though.
Okay, so this Escape from Ducktough is very simple game. It's like almost like an extraction shooter, but with its own twist. A lot of people are playing this game. They did something unique, and there you go. They're successful. See, they didn't need $10,000 million to produce this. They didn't need 1,000 developers and 7 studios cooperating. They did it in an indie way, and it hit. And people are digging this simple game because at the end of the day, when your game is good, people will play. It doesn't matter, man. All you gotta give is people a simple game that they're gonna like. That's it. Just be creative with it. It's funny because this game is like a copy from Escape from Tarkov, but they twisted into their own thing, and now the game is highly successful. There you have it. That's the story. Okay, so Expedition 33 is being bashed for utilizing AI. We got a lot of posts here on Twitter. Let me go ahead and I bookmarked a lot of people talking down Expedition 33. Let me see.
So while you pull some of those up, Demo,
Yeah.
what is the first game that you can think of where you have a character that walks from point A to point B, an NPC?
I think Skyrim. I think Fallout. Oh yeah, no, like every fucking game uses AI, dude. It's just
let me enlighten some people. Okay, AI is just a script. Scripts have been in video games since the OG Commodore 64, Atari, Neo Geo, and all those systems way back then, because you have to have a pre-programmed algorithm in order to make something happen in a game. Okay, all the AI is doing is being used as a tool. You could write an entire game that way, and it'll still be good. It'll be soulless, but it could be good. But when you are talking about what these studios here specifically, as Demo's about to show, they're talking about studios that the concept artists themselves are the ones using the tools. And that's all AI is. It's a tool. They are the ones who pulled up the concept art. They asked for ideas, which is pulling from sources, because you can go into Google and do the same thing. Ask for an image of a basketball, and it'll show you 50 types of basketballs. And that's all the AI is doing. You say, show me a basketball, and it's going to show you a basketball. So when they're talking about, like, for instance, in Baldur's Gate 3, show me a werewolf. It's going to use AI to draw a werewolf from references that it can pull from, whether that's Grok, whether that's ChatGPT, or any of the other ones that are out there. OpenAI is going to source and look for all the materials and think of the best description, and then it's the concept artist to choose which one of those images they take, or enter a new prompt to get another one, refine their search, this, that, and the other. And then both Larian and Baldur's Gate 3 have both come out and said that those artists, those same artists, are using those as placeholders and tags only, and then removing them and coming up with their own ideas based on their research and what they are themselves drawing. And that's what people aren't understanding.
Yeah. It's just like AI is utilized in a lot of parts in games. One of them is NPCs. You mentioned it early. And another thing is in early design, early development. They utilize AI to come out with, like, okay, give me a landscape of a green pasture and trees and a lake or something, and let me see how that look. And then you get a real artist, drawing inspiration from it and doing his own thing, because it's like, okay, I need inspiration. I need, like, that's one of the things that AI helps. I don't see the problem, but people are really going hard with it, and then like, it's insane. I'm gonna go ahead and pull out some of the tweets, dude.
I will say that some of the backlash started with Black Ops 6.
Oh yeah,
because remember when they first came out with their Christmas DLC expansion season, it was the six-fingered Santa zombie.
Yeah.
That's when it started.
But it's so funny because, like, a lot of other games use AI, but people aren't able to tell. But it's just like the thing. So shout out to Gene Park. He posted this Expedition 33 team freely admitted using AI and just won the most awards ever in the Game Awards history. And this is like such a disingenuous post, right? Because it's like, okay, do you know that all the games utilize AI? Like, how do you think all these NPCs and shit are work? Why? You know what I'm saying? That's all AI. So Here's the thing, optimizing resources. We use some AI, but not much. Francois Maurice, producer of Clair Obscure, tells El País via video conference. The key is that we were very clear about what we wanted to do and what to invest in. And of course, technology has allowed us to do things that were unthinkable a short time ago, explains Maurice. Unreal Engine 5's tools and assets have been very important in improving the graphic gameplay and cinematics. And that's another thing that they utilize. This game is
also not forget that UE5 is almost completely AI based as well.
No. The funny thing is that people criticizing this are the same people who praise Pixar. You know, that's the funny shit. But Pixar is AI too. It's an AI-based upscaler for everything. And you can see AI everywhere, bro. Like, you're typing, looking for something on Google. That premeditation on what you're about to text on your phone, on everything, how do you think that happened? That's AI. Come on, bro.
You know, it's hilarious demo that you just brought up that I just thought of.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that's out there that's praising PlayStation 5 and the Pro and the Nintendo Switch 2, what do those primarily sell their features on? AI upscalers.
Not to mention that if you buy a graphic card like the 5080, like I bought it, the main thing about it is not the power, because you buy a 4080 is basically the same power. It's just maybe like a 5% more power, probably a 5080 and the 4080. Don't really know the number for sure, but the main thing about it is the AI. That's what makes the car stronger, because with the AI, you get, more performance. You get more FPS because your resolution doesn't have to be that, high, because AI will lower it to get better frames based on what you want. You can add frame generation, which is also AI. And not to mention, all these motherfuckers who are criticizing this are currently making essays in college right now using AI, ChatGPT. These motherfuckers like Gene Park and people who post on Twitter, they do AI post. Like, they ask AI, give me a freaking viral post to post on my timeline. They fucking do it all the time.
I don't think Gene Park himself does that. Just to be clear.
I'm not saying that he does it. I'm saying a lot of these people who post on Twitter regularly like that, they do it because that's one of the things and why people go viral. And it's because they utilize AI. I utilize AI all the time in the thumbnails. How you think I make those funny looking ponies with AI? And look, that doesn't mean that my content is ass. That doesn't mean that I don't pour love into my content. That just means that I don't know how to do something, so I utilize a little bit of help because of why the fuck. No, everybody does it. And it's kind of like, unethical for people to think that they are, better because of this. And I know that the hate comes from the pain that all these people felt because some Sony PlayStation games got left behind with 0 awards. And Expedition 33 literally made on Unreal Engine 5 with pre-made assets that we already know that Unreal Engine 5 calls with, like the trees, with the grass, with the rocks and everything pre-made.
No. Let's not forget that Expedition 33's day one patch removed everything that they had remainder of AI.
Yeah. And it's just like, okay, I'm not trying to defend them because they use AI, but it's like, what the fuck is the problem? Every game utilizes AI, bro. And it's just like kind of unfair, right? To throw shade at Expedition 33 when all the games do it as well. We got Baldur's Gate 3 developers as well coming forward and saying that they utilize AI in the development process at some point. And that's, just part of the job. Now, this is the gaming industry now, bro. Don't be expecting a game that is 100%.
And let's not forget, they said that they have about 72 artists for Larian, and about 32 of them or so are concept artists that used AI.
Yeah. Anyways, it's crazy, bro. We got Sanchez MTZ Gaming in the house. How's it going, Poppy? Marathon is DOA after art theft. That's just freaking insane, Power Buzz. Freaking insane. But anyways, I don't know. Let me know, guys. What do you think about Station 33 situation with the AI? Is it like something that concerns you? Does it makes you feel like they should remove or take away all the awards that they won? Just let me know your thoughts down there in the comments down below, whatever you're watching on Kicks, Twitch, here on YouTube, vertical or horizontal. Let me know down there what do you feel and what the hell is going on through your mind. Honestly, doesn't bother me much. I couldn't really notice. I wouldn't know if I wasn't told that they use AI like that.
My last thoughts on AI. If you're going to penalize something like Baldur's Gate 3 and Expedition 33, who are absolutely phenomenal developers in their own right, but also made great games and have made great games in the past. Well, Sandfall's new, but when you look at those games and you say because they used AI, it's bad, you have to go back to every single other game, God of War 2018, God of War Ragnarok, The Last of Us 1, The Last of Us 2, and every single other game that PlayStation has released this entire generation. And you have to say every single one of those games should be also disqualified and stripped, and their sales should go back to zero because every single one of them is AI upscaling.
Yep.
That's the problem. No. They're being disingenuous because it's not their game of the year. It's not their favorite game to play. It's not something that they are into. You know, you're an RPG guy, so am I. You're a shooter guy. I kind of like shooters. I don't mind them. I'll play shooters every once in a while. I like Halo. I like Call of Duty. I like that. But I'm not going to go and say, okay, well, I like tower strategy games. I'm not going to say to you, hey, go play this tower strategy game and expect you to enjoy it if that's not your type of thing. But then when you play it and you say, oh, it's not my type of thing, I'm dropping it like a bad habit, and then you start going on a rant saying, you know, these are the worst games ever because of XYZ.
Yeah.
That's not disingenuous because not every game is for everyone. And that's where the problem lies because, hey, if turn-based, we talked to Desire, turn-based isn't his thing, but he gets props saying it's a great game.
Yeah, because I mean, you can like or not like something, but at the same time, you can be critical, both positively and negatively about, you know, certain products, like games. And, you know, the fact that I don't really dig a game like, I don't know, like maybe like Metaphor Refantasia, right? Like it's a game that I thought it was great, amazing game, well made and all of that, but I didn't find it fun. I didn't find it like I want to go through that. And that doesn't mean that the game is shit. That just means that it wasn't for me. All the people enjoy it. I can tell what they try to do, but it's not fun for me. The same thing with like games like God of War 2018. I'm playing it right now, trying to get through it. I might drop it because it's not fun for me. And a lot of people might feel like, oh, you're biased or nothing. I'm not biased. I'm just literally telling you the truth.
I've got both of the new God of Wars. I like 2018 way better than Ragnarok, just saying.
Yeah, but I don't know because, I mean, for what I play is all right, but it's not this thing that people are telling you like, oh, this is a most play type game. I feel like there's more games out there who deserve more attention than that. And let's just leave it at that. But anyway, that's it. That's our thoughts on AI. Yeah, you can cry all you want, you can complain all you want, but AI is going to be part of gaming forever. Now, that doesn't mean that we have to be okay with like slop. There's a difference, okay? So what Call of Duty did with Black Ops 6 and gave us that six-finger Santa, that's fucking slop. You know, that's slop. We don't like that shit because it's just like not well done. But if they get that Santa and they do half of it with AI and the other part they got some artists that are doing the final touches and shit like that, I mean, yeah, like you wouldn't even be able to tell, dude. You know, like the one thing that we don't want is like mediocre bullshit, right? If they do a good job, even if they use AI, I mean, the future of gaming, by the way, is going to be AI. I don't know if you've seen it, Power Boss. Online, they have these games that people are making with AI, and now the world starts changing as you go. And I mean, Starfield has this, right? Starfield has it. Not only Starfield, a bunch of fucking games like Hades have it. Why? Because they do what is it like a
Any roguelike.
procedural. Yeah, any roguelike game has it. And why is nobody talking about Hades too? That they use it like pretty much throughout the whole game, and it's
what's
AI
wild,
as well.
What's one of the oldest games that has it?
I'm telling you, every fucking game has it. Like you can find it in every game. Minecraft, definitely. A lot of games have it. It's been out there for a long time, but it's now that people are realizing that it exists. That's all there is to it. Expedition 33 won Game of the Year. Well deserved, whether you like it or not. Cope, Seath, and Mode. That's all you can do for the rest of the year until Sony PlayStation release something that we can respect. And I'm sorry, but Satos is gonna have a hard time competing with, Gears of War, with Forza, with Halo remake, with all of that.
No. I will push back on that for one reason. Yes, I'm saying it's Returnal 2.0, but there are some people out there who love Returnal. And everything that this is showing so far is taking everything that Returnal did and elevating it. So it is potentially going to be, better than Returnal, better or worse. But at the same time, you can't compare that to games like Halo and Gears and other shooters because of the fact that Soros and Returnal are bullet hells.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. But what I'm trying to say is like, the comparisons that they're going to make. When the game comes out, they're going to talk about the Satos sales and awards and all of that. So if they're going to do that, then we can do it as well. You know what I'm saying? We can do it back to them. Because that's the whole thing, like the crying shit now. Oh, yeah, you making fun of Sony ponies because they got no games. Nya, 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 nya. Yes, I am. Yes, I am, motherfuckers. Because you know why? Because you did it. You did it before. And now that we know where gaming is at, that is nowhere to be found in PlayStation. Now they want to be like, oh, say no to the console wars, no more funny content, no more none of that. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna be making fun of you freaking Sony ponies that you've been, terrible to all the gamers. Not only you mess with the Xbox dudes, right? But you mess with the PC dudes. You mess with the Steam Deck lovers. You mess with the Nintendo Switch people. You mess with the tablet kids. Like, you guys are like the most hated gangs. You guys are the Hoovers of the gaming industry.
And let's not forget, the only thing that they care about is whether or not you play on PlayStation or not. They don't care whether the game is good. They don't care whether the game is bad. If it's on PlayStation, they'll praise it to high heavens. If it's an exclusive, even better.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care about anything else other than that, and they'll say that PlayStation is the greatest thing on God's earth, and nothing can tell them otherwise, and that's the problem.
Yeah, some crazy shit. But anyway, let's move on from this topic. We got Jules in the house to say, yep. Expedition 33, story was mid, but the gameplay was good. What? Eternal Deity 7, the story was mid. Oh my God. I think the gameplay was amazing. It was very innovative in the sense that it was very interactive for a turn pace, and that's what was the thing that kept me playing. And that's why I like it over Metaphor, because Metaphor didn't offer me that much interaction when I was in combat. Now the story from the beginning, like I said, first hour. It's insane. If you go through a whole prologue, you're going to be hooked. You're going to be back. Now, if you play for 20 minutes and you didn't get through the whole good match and the whole thing that happens at the beginning that sets you up for the whole story, then you're probably going to be like, this game is ass. I don't want to play it. But if you get past that and you're hooked, like they did an amazing job, and the story gets better and better and better the more you progress. So I do have to disagree with that. I think the story was good. It was one of the things that kept me playing. The gameplay was amazing. I really think it's a well-deserved game of the year for them, bro. Yeah, definitely. And I can't wait to see what else they do with this franchise, though.
As a matter of fact, I just reinstalled it last night because I'm going to be hopping into the free DLC that they dropped.
Yeah, by the way, guys, check it out. They have a free deal. So I haven't been able to check it out, but I definitely will. And I'll probably even start a new game plus to just play in the cloud or something. Yeah. Because it's a game that you can play in the cloud. You can disable the parries and all of that. You can play it in the cloud. So that's a very, very, very good way to play it, man. So yeah, talking about updates, we got Starfield update and a PS5 port. Information has been leaked that I think it was like Detective Seats. I don't know how much can we believe this dude, but he said that he's seen the demo for PlayStation. Okay, I don't know if I bookmarked it. Let me see.
He didn't say he saw the demo for PlayStation. He said he saw the demo for the DLC.
Oh yeah.
I don't think he specified what he saw it on. Now, I talk with Seeds, often. Shout out to a fellow military person. Hats off to him. I don't agree with all of his takes, but we're not.
It's not a bad dude,
and he's not. He's an awesome dude.
It's not. It's not one of them ponies that
right. And he, I believe he was one of the ones that was spreading it around. But remember, he was also one of the first ones way back, like half a year in, that was saying that Starfield was already getting a PS5 port, and here we are 2 years later, and it's not coming. It's not there yet. So whether or not it's in the works, I don't know. I'm not an insider. I don't work in the industry. I'm just speculating. In my personal opinion, I would love to see Starfield go to PlayStation, but my thing is, I don't think it's going to go, not because of any limitations or things like that. I think genuinely the PlayStation people mostly aren't going to buy it because of what they've seen between the PC and the Xbox with the loading screens, and they don't realize that they have to have that because of item permanence. It's not going to be, anything dramatic with this, Starfield 2.0 update. It doesn't need a 2.0 update because the game is good as it is. And then third, I don't think that it's going to go to PlayStation because the mod support. PlayStation, according to this, also a Switch 2 port. They support mods like that because what did Xbox and the PC do? They upped the limit from 2 gigs to 100. And what did they also do with the PlayStation? They put out new consoles that have less storage space. They went to the 875 terabyte or 875 gigs, less than a terabyte worth models. So you're talking about taking up Call of Duty, which we know PlayStation players primarily play, whether it's a hit or not.
That's crazy.
Call of Duty is a massive game. That takes up about a quarter of their hard drive already. And then you're talking about something like Starfield that has 100 gigs just for mods alone, that it reserves, mind you.
Yeah. So the Detective Seats, he posted this. Starfield 2.0 thoughts and enthusiasm are due to recent closed door demo that was held showing off things that Tim and Todd. I am not under an NDA for this. If I was, I would not be saying anything. Okay, so he had another post earlier prior to this one, and it says, I think Starfield 2.0 is going to really surprise players and get people to come back. I think PlayStation 5 players are going to really enjoy it now. My main concern is that 2026 is so packed with games that people may be hesitant to give it a fresh look. I have to agree with that because, Starfield at this point is an older game. Right? And the hype, and this is what we kept saying, like, if you want to do multiplayer, do it day one. That way the hype is there and you don't end up like Final Fantasy coming back later and then people even forgetting that it exists. It's almost like when you stop uploading in YouTube, the algorithm forgets you, and then you have to like upload more regularly so that you can catch up. So it's literally how it is. So the one thing that I don't agree is like when he says that players are going to really enjoy it now as if players didn't enjoy it before. And that's the one thing that I had to disagree because, Starfield released obviously not perfectly, but it was a good game at its core, right? And a lot of people are going to be like, oh, I didn't like this, I didn't like that, oh, yeah, whatever. Like the same way I didn't like something like Metaphor Refantasia and it was like nominated to Game of the Year. Same thing. I believe that Starfield needs this. right? I believe that Starfield needs a big update because I think last DLC, wow, it was good, but it didn't really have that weight, right? That it wasn't like a big extensive update like you were
I don't
expecting.
know if you've seen a demo, but the modding community for Starfield has gone insane. They are creating whole new planets that are not normally there in the
Mm,
already pre-generated world. They're recreating the entire Star Wars universe. They just created Tatooine,
that's
Luke's
insane.
home world from the very
Yeah,
first movie.
is
So,
that it's the potential that this game has, like with the modding community, that
oh,
makes it so exciting. So, I mean, I recently played Starfield. I was playing the DLC. I'm not done. I was playing it like I was one of the first games that I tried in my new PC. You had to try, and it was running beautifully, and it looked incredibly. I was like, "Oh shit, this is it." But I uninstalled it because I was like, okay, I mean, Outer Worlds 2, Call of Duty is coming out, and Ninja Gaiden 4. I'm going through all these games. Like, if I start playing Starfield, I won't be able to finish those. So I uninstalled it. And now at this point, I'm waiting for the new update. And when the new update releases, then I finish the past DLC, the new DLC, and I just immerse myself into Starfield because I do believe it was a great game. I really enjoyed it. And I do hope that they pour a lot more love into this game because I do feel like it's been lackluster a little bit. They didn't. I feel like this game deserves more updates, like more often. But you know the complications with this. This is a very complex game. People don't really understand the amount of coding and things that got it. Starfield is a huge, intricate game, and that's one of the things that you as a gamer can appreciate, right? When you play it, even if you don't like it, you can tell, oh shit, look at this shit. This is cool. This is the. I'm so tempted to start a new playthrough because I'm in like my third game plus or whatever. Like I played the hell out of Starfield. Starfield is an amazing, super fun game. And the last DLC is really dope. It's a lot of like zero G combat, which I really dig. And the physics and mechanics in Starfield are top notch. When you start looking all the abilities and weapons and things like that, it's just like get better and better. So I mean, I'm excited. And about Starfield going to PlayStation, I really hope this game goes to PlayStation. It really needs to go to PlayStation. This game requires to go to PlayStation. And even the Nintendo Switch, they can, by the grace of God, make it work there. They could and they should, because I do believe this game deserves to be in every platform and everybody should go ahead and try it at least for a little bit before talking down in the game. I think
the
so.
first week to month, Starfield sold over 10 million and had
Something
like
like
15
that.
million players or something
Yeah.
like that.
hmm
You
Yeah.
know, additional of Game Pass.
They sold well. They in the same situation that Call of Duty. It's like it was expected to sell, yeah, to sell a lot, but it didn't hit those goals the way that people thought. It underperformed, but it still performed very good. The same with Black Ops 7. People are saying, it's underperforming, but they're still selling good. It's underperforming, but still selling good.
I can kind of agree
Compared
with
to
that.
other games, yes, they are. Compared to other games, yes, they are. And I don't know. I'm excited about the update. Let me know down there in the comments how you guys feel about this. Starfield coming on PS5 is insane. I mean, I'm not surprised by it, but it's a matter of when. Yes, that's exactly like,
I would like to also point this out there. If PlayStation and the potential Switch 2 port of this game, because they did just put Skyrim on the Switch 2 finally.
That's true.
One, so it's not impossible. But if they don't have parity with the mods list going from 2 to 100 gigs and allow people to mod in and fix whatever they say is wrong with the game, because there's a mod for everything generally.
Facts.
I mean, in Skyrim alone, you can make them naked with the SOS if you wanted to go that route. But at the same time, when it comes to Skyrim or Starfield, if they don't have that mod increasement to the gigabyte limit, then the PlayStation 5 and the Switch are going to be far inferior to the Xbox and the PC versions.
Damn. That's just crazy. But shout out to Eternal D87. You just made me laugh. You want to see something sad? You should watch the movie The Road. Look, man, I'm not into sad stories, bro. Like, I'm clear that I'm not into that. But there was something about the story of Expedition 33 that I thought was very intriguing. So I wanted to find more about the world and what the hell was going on, and what were they in there and what is the match and what was it happening and all of that. So that was very intriguing, and that's how they hooked me. I ended up finishing the game because you know how it is. You don't want to be left like hanging, like, like you want to go all the way to the end. But yeah, I agree with you. I don't like sad games. I feel like playing games when, sad games is like kind of whack because like you want to play games to get away from reality and be happy and be joyful and just be entertained, right? So I don't even like sad movies like that, but this one was interesting and I was able to get through it. That is a lot to say, because I'm not into it. So the fact that they grabbed me like that with this story, you gotta give him the props because it was well done, actually. So we got Effective 4583. Demo Flow, Game Pass games run better on the PlayStation Pro, the goat of gaming. Oh my God, Effective. I really missed you, man. Yeah, man. I mean, those are the only games that I'm running on the PS5 right now because, Sony PlayStation got no games. And that's the reality. I hope you enjoy Ghost of Yotei because there's really nothing else in there. Or Astrobot. It's been like a year since Astrobot came out? Y'all still playing? Yeah, man. That's kind of sad, man. There's so many games out there to play now. But anyways, Gears of War E-Day, new information, and we're going to get into this one quickly. Just wanted to go ahead and highlight it because, I love Gears of War. I'm a huge fan of Gears.
Now, see, this I didn't hear about.
Oh, yeah.
This I'm excited to get into.
Okay, so this is by Insider Gaming, but there's other articles around. There's one here by Crowbill, and this one is from Microsoft. Let's go into the one that is Microsoft, whatchamacallit, the Microsoft article, which is more reliable, right? And we got From Our Worlds to Yours. Thank you for an incredible 2025. As the year winds down, we afforded the opportunity to take a beat and look back at a truly memorable year for players across Team Xbox. We've been creating new worlds, telling fresh stories, and bringing legendary franchises back to our screens and ensuring you can enjoy these experiences on more devices than ever before. For all of us, it truly is more than a game. Okay, so we got Age of Empire. Let's get into Avowed, Call of Duty, Candy Crush. They talk about all these games, but they do talk about Gears of War, Fallout 76, Gears of War Reloaded. Let me see. Okay, so when it comes to Gears of War Reloaded, what would you like to say to your players after releasing Gears of War Reloaded this year? So what is the studio most looking forward to in 2026? Okay, so this is the juicy part that I wanted to get to because here the coalition, this is some questions that they answer, and here's what they have to say. The next year marks the 20th anniversary of Gears of War. So 20th anniversary, very important milestone. And we can think of a bigger way to celebrate than with the release of Gears of War E-Day. So confirmed here that is coming next year. It was also confirmed during the Video Game Awards in the ad. I don't know if you just got to see that, Power Bus. When the guy was cleaning, there was one of the things that said Gears of War releasing in 2026. I don't know if you've seen it. You got to see it. It's a little part of the trailer that a lot of people didn't catch. Okay, so this is our most ambitious game yet, coming from the coalition, man. That they did the Gears trilogy, Gears 4 and 5, amazing games. The fact that they're saying their most ambitious game, bro. I mean, that's a lot to say, right?
Let's not forget that they were going around also helping other studios using UE5. They are like the masters of UE5, apparently, at this point.
Yeah, definitely. That's a nickname. Entirely built from scratch. Okay, so all the people crying about AI and no AI here. Definitely there's some AI here. Definitely. But built from scratch in Unreal Engine 5 to feel like Gears and play like new. I'm excited about this because this means that they're going to maintain the same core gameplay, the wall bouncing, the movement, all of that. And play like new means that they're going to be innovating and maybe adding a couple of things here, a couple of flavors here and there to make it feel up to date, right? This is a return to our roots as Marcus and Dom face the Locust for the first time ever. I'm excited because this is going to be extremely like overwhelming, right? This is the beginning of the war, the emergence day, and this is when the Locusts first came out to the surface, and it's just gonna be a whole lot of like crazy shit going on, a lot of confusion, and a whole lot of like high octane action, right? It's the best place to jump into the Gears universe, and we can wait to share more next year. So how do you feel about this, Power Boss? I'm super excited. I love Gears of War. Gears of War E-Days, definitely one of the most anticipated games for me next year.
I've always loved the Gears of War franchise. I need to go back and, play more of them because I barely have any hours on my own achievements and things like that. I don't play for achievements, but I have played it a lot and extensively on like friends' accounts before I had my own Xbox account. By far a phenomenal franchise. Even the wife loves it. I've had her play a little bit of one of them. I'm probably going to try to, coax her into doing a split screen. I know she hates it, but, going through playing it, we did it with Borderlands 3.
Oh, Borderlands.
And she loves the Gears of War franchise. So I'm excited to see things of the story that I missed. And I'm excited to try and finish 1 through 5 to find out where this all began before this game launches and go back to the beginning of the roots and see everything. I will say one of the ones that I did like was the one where you build your own dungeon. I can't remember what the name of it is off the top of my head.
Isn't that Tactics?
Maybe.
You play Tactics? Tactics is dope. I never finished it. But I'm not trying to play through Tactics now that you brought it to the conversation, because it's one of those games that I tried and then I left, and then for one reason or another I forget, but I always wanted to go back and play because I thought that it was cool. Anything related to Gears, I think is amazing. And the fact that they're going back to the roots, and the fact that they're bringing Dom back, one of the most beloved characters, to play, I think it's going to be amazing playing with Marcus and Dom and seeing how everything unfold in the very beginnings of the franchise, how everything started. It's just like a love letter to Gears of War fans. And look, my only hope for this game, because I know the story is going to be on point. The story is going to be amazing. I want the multiplayer to have all the bells and whistles. I want seasons. I want battle pass. I want seasonal events. I want weekly stuff. I want all that good shit because I do believe that that's the coalition's weakest point. But now,
I don't mind MTXs as long as they're not egregious, but no battle pass.
Well, the reason that I'm saying this is not because I want the microtransactions, but because I want the content and I want people to be engaged with this game. If you don't give a battle pass, if you don't do things like that, like the way they're doing it right now in 2025, I believe the game has a uphill battle trying to keep up with other games when it comes to content. So you had to please.
I'll say this. If it does have a battle pass, at least do it right and do like Helldivers 2 did.
Yeah, I believe do a battle pass that is like, I don't know, maybe $10 per season. And then those $10 you can, if you complete the battle pass, re-up for free. If you do it that way, it's going to be cool. Give me as well the camos, not the camos, but the skins to grind, because Call of Duty had camos, right? But Gears always had the skins, the characters that you get to unlock, right? So give me all of that shit that I can buy with in-game currency that I can earn through playing the game, but also give me a good story, right? Because people like the drip. People like it when they able to customize their characters as well. And they could learn a thing or two from games like Fortnite, games like Call of Duty, and all of that. That is not a bad thing in my opinion, because
Let's be fair, they can learn both good and bad things and what
definitely
to do and what not to do.
exactly. So I'm asking Gears of War, give me a good horde mode with rounds, with a little bit of base tower defense element in there, right? We want the perks to come back. We want Gears to be great again, and I want Gears to show like deep love for the competitive scene as well. I want Gears to go back to being an esports. And I know a lot of people not into it, but I want Gears to be back into esports because I think it's exciting. It's great for the franchise. A lot of gamers are going to start like emerging, no pun intended. And I think this can be like a good addition to the competitive scene in the shooter genre. And I want to see it because I'm not a competitor. I'm getting old, but I still like to learn. I still like to grind. I still got to throw my punches into the mix and try out against good players. And I want to see them going crazy with E-Day. Because I do believe that if they do it right, this could be a huge hit, and it could bring back Gears of War to the glory days, Gears 1, 2, 3, the original trilogy type shit back in the Xbox 360. So we want Gears to be great, bro. So you already know, good story, horde mode, multiplayer with all the bells and whistle, and we good to go. I have 100% belief in this team. Okay, I trust the coalition because even with games like Gears 5 that weren't, Gears 4 that weren't critically acclaimed, the fact that my most played game, one of my most played games this year is Gears 5. After the game's been out for so long, and I'm able to jump back in 2025 and play Gears of War for like days. Like if I literally go in there and I have like, I don't know, maybe 30-day play time in Gears, I think I put like 15 days this year alone playing Gears 5. Like it's huge. The replayability of these games are insane. So if they can bring that back and give us like a good grinding, right? Like you want to grind in these games, you want to unlock stuff, right? You want to have that sense of progression. So if they do a good job in there, man, it's gonna be lit, man.
Yeah, definitely some sort of progression level up system. Don't make it RPG focused. Keep it, the third person over the shoulder cover based.
Of course.
Yeah. Give it, things to do and things to unlock and progression to make, and people will play it for a long time.
People will play it definitely. I would definitely be playing this shit. I'll be definitely doing the missions, the story in co-op with my friends. Power Boss, you're welcome to jump in. The fact that they mentioned Dom and Marcus,
well, we knew it was a prequel,
right? Makes me feel like this is only gonna be a 2-player co-op, not a 4-player co-op like in the past games. But I mean, I would love it if it was a 4-player co-op because the more the merrier, right? You want to include more of your friends. But if it's a 2-player co-op, that's good enough for me still. You can still play one of the homies, go through the whole thing. It's going to be extremely fun. But yeah, man, that's all there is to say about Gears. I'm super excited. Everybody is. I think the whole Gears community is super excited about this one. I think Reloaded was good, was a good appetizer, but I really think they dropped the ball when it comes to the content for the multiplayer. I feel like they should have done a much better job nurturing that mode, giving you stuff to grind for, giving you seasons, maybe a battle pass here and there. I know people don't like the monetization, but trust me, Power Boss, this is the one thing that keep people coming back. I want to finish the battle pass. I want that skin. I want that logo, that emblem.
Oh, by all means. I play Magic the Gathering Arena, and that has a battle pass in it seasons as well. So it's not unfamiliar to me. It just has to be done correctly, is all I'm saying. Don't have it egregious. Don't have it too expensive, and give plenty of content for what's in it.
Shout out to the Archangel. He said the irony that PlayStation wound up having no games in the end, bro. That's kind of sad. But here we got somebody who disagrees. I don't know if I should take him seriously, but he said Demo Flow is total capping. PlayStation has more games than Xbox. I mean, honestly, I don't know, bro, what games PlayStation has that are from PlayStation Studios. I mean, you go ahead and name them, bro. I mean, I won't hold my breath, man. Anyways, guys, I think we had a great show. We're going to call it a day because, it's the holidays, my lady's birthday. I'm busy. And, I think we covered everything that there was to say about this week.
You want to cover that one last thing?
What is it?
The article?
About what?
The 2025.
Oh yeah, the one that you sent me.
Yeah,
Okay. We do one more thing. Yeah, let's get it.
Yeah, it was quick.
Yeah, it is a quick article. Let me go ahead and hold up. Let me close this tab. Open this one.
While he's opening it up, for those of you who don't know, Jez Corden came out recently and wrote an article, this article, that says Xbox is not doing the year-end review for 2025.
Yeah. Yes. Let's go ahead and talk about it because here's an article by Jez Corden. By the way, it got me blocked, but he hasn't blocked Japan Hate Xbox. I don't know why he blocked me, but whatever. Where's the Spotify-style Xbox wrap for 2025? It's not coming this year, but there might be a good reason. Okay, so suppose everybody's looking forward to the Xbox wrap-up. Actually, the people who actually play games, the one who just love to talk about games but got 0 hours, they're not that excited. But some of you have been asking if Xbox is doing its own wrap this year, akin to Spotify. The answer is no, but there is good stuff in the horizon. A couple of weeks ago, I opened my banking app to see how much damage criminal. I don't know. Okay, so if you live on the rock, you may be unaware that every year, music service Spotify analyzes your musical habits over the past year and presents them in a shareable video format, showcasing your favorite artists and songs in the past year. Spotify Wrap proved so popular that every company began doing its own wrap, from PlayStation to YouTube and occasionally Xbox too, but not for 2026. Some of you have been asking me if Xbox will be doing its own year-end review style recap of your gaming habits for 2025. My sources suggest that, as you might expect, given that it's now the 18th, that Xbox is not doing a wrap this year, and there's potentially a good reason. Next year will kick off a confluence of major anniversaries, not just for Xbox, but for some of the subsidiary properties too. Xbox is having its 25th anniversary along Halo itself. Blizzard is also having its 35th anniversary. And Bethesda is having its 40th anniversary too. Xbox was launched as a brand in November 15, 2001. Blizzard launched February 1991. And Bethesda launched in June 1986. Goddamn. As such, a lot of the marketing budget that would typically being allocated to something like an Xbox wrap is being poured into efforts to celebrate these major milestones for Xbox's brands and some of its games. For sure, I'm told Microsoft has some big plans to celebrate Xbox 25th anniversary in 2026, which is why you've seen some decreased activity for Xbox community events in 2025. Some of that budget was moved through to next year to accommodate. Okay, I don't know, but what do you think about these power buzz? It doesn't really hurt me in the slightest that we don't have a year wrap up, honestly.
No.
But so I know it will be nice. It will be nice.
So I'll say this, okay? They put out the 2024 wrap up. And for what the coding goes into that, it's anywhere from a half an hour to a day's worth of work for maybe 1 to 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
So for them to just completely omit it is completely stupid.
Yeah.
After they started it. So if they don't come back in 2026 and do it, then they need to get rid of doing it all together. Now, I do think that, from talking with a couple developers and front end and back end in Chaos Lounge chat, he's got a few that frequent his channel and his Discord. Being a programmer myself, I know that's absolutely 100% true, that you can show work for something for the same amount of time. You don't have to make it all the bells and whistles, but people just want to see, hey, this is what you're watching or what you're playing in this case. So it's not a terrible thing that they're not doing it, but the reason they're giving is stupid, because they're allocating funds for these big anniversaries. Yes, they are big for Xbox, Halo, Bethesda, and Blizzard, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure you can pay 1 to 2 people 1 day's worth of work to update the coding to make the last year's round roll over and make a new whole thing out of it.
There is zero reason why one of the biggest companies in the world is not doing this. I mean, YouTube does it, PlayStation does it, Spotify, and every freaking service does it. Yeah.
They literally make them sound like every pony is out there saying that because they bought Bethesda and ABK and ZeniMax and all this, that, and the other, that they're actually broke, and that's why they're putting games on PS5. It feeds into that. It honestly does. Yeah. We know this isn't the case, but there it is.
Yeah. I feel like they should have done it. I mean, there's still time. The year is not over. They could do it in January if they want to. I don't know. Supposedly, it was supposed to be the 18th. That's when they usually do it. They could be delayed a week or two. But at the end of the day, this is not something that is very important to me, because I know my worth as a gamer and I know how many games I play. I mean, so I don't need Xbox to tell me what games I play or nothing. But I do agree with you. It's kind of like a fumble, because you really want to have more engagement, and that will definitely bring more engagement. Whether it be people saying, oh, Xbox is dead because I didn't play shit this year, or Xbox is alive or whatever, it'll definitely make a buzz online, and it'll show that you still have a presence in the gaming industry. So I do think that this is a fumble, but nevertheless, it's not a very important thing. I do rather have all the nice things that we're going to have next year. And now that I was reading this article, I didn't know about the 40-year Bethesda anniversary. That could be huge.
Is it wild that I am 3 years older than Bethesda Studios?
Yeah, and I'm 2 years older than Bethesda. I mean, younger. Bro, 40-year Bethesda anniversary and 35 for Blizzard. So think about it.
And 25 for Xbox and Halo.
Blizzard, I don't know. I think I've seen an article somewhere now that we're talking about Blizzard. They say that they're going all out next year. So didn't you mention that they were going to kill Overwatch 2? They're going to stop maybe they have Overwatch 3 or something else already.
They announced Overwatch 2 servers are being shut down sometime next year.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, it might be a good time to jump into Overwatch now before you start crying and saying, I miss Overwatch. Like, what the fuck don't you play? I play a lot of Overwatch when it first came out. Overwatch 2. I was loving it. But anyways, I'm definitely moved on from the game, because, I mean, I've never been an Overwatch type dude. I play only because it was hype at the beginning when the first came out. Overwatch 2 broke all the servers. You remember that launch? It was crazy. And I was having a great time with that game. But then all the games came out, and that's it. I moved on. Now, I want to say, man, I'm looking forward to the 40th anniversary of Bethesda, and I'm expecting to see some Fallout shit. For all of those who don't know, Fallout Season 2 is out there already on Prime. Go ahead and check it out. First episode is out. It's like an hour-long episode.
The second one comes out either right before, during, or the day after Christmas, and then the third episode is going to be New Year's.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be watching this with my girl, because we watched the first season was amazing. We had a great time watching that season, bro. So we're definitely gonna be watching. Yeah. And I'm expecting to see some Fallout stuff next year, bro. Fallout.
I know that they said there was an article that said Todd Howard was pushing for Fallout 5 to be more following the lines of the TV show. So that rumor's out there.
That's interesting.
But I do know that they are working on ES6 after Terran Armada for Starfield drops.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, bro. If they do something like the show, obviously with the same formula that you go around in whatever they decide to make it, right? Because we don't know what it's gonna be.
That New Vegas is one of the most beloved Fallouts.
Yeah, and I think they have a remake or something. Yeah.
That's what they're doing with the TV show in season 2. Is they're heading. If you watch season 1, I don't want to.
Spoil it.
But they're following her dad to Vegas, so it's literally leading up to both the remake and potentially Fallout 5 going to it, which they could have Fallout 5 be the California aspect where this takes place, and have the New Vegas remake instead as an entire DLC for Fallout 5.
Okay, so Balbos, quick question: which one comes out first, Fallout or Skyrim? Or Elder Scrolls. I'm sorry.
I still think Elder Scrolls 6 is going to come out first.
Right. So we can expect Fallout 2028, 2030 or some shit.
The reason why I don't think... Because I think Elder Scrolls is going to be shown next year, and ES6 is going to be released in 2027. And I think 2028 is going to be Fallout 5, and they're going to work on it kind of in tandem. Because you got to think about it. Fallout 5, if they're doing this and following the TV show and potentially either remaking, remastering, or adding a DLC as New Vegas for Fallout 5 or a new game, they don't have to rewrite story. They don't have to rewrite dialogue that much, maybe voice acting here and there. But it's not going to take them that long to develop a game of that magnitude other than just upgrading the graphics for Creation Kit 2.
All right. Oh, we'll see, man. I'm excited. I'm excited about Fallout. I'm excited about Blizzard too. You know,
they could have a minimal team working on Fallout 5 and the New Vegas remaster and things like that, and have the primary focus after Terran Armada for Starfield releases, full-blown ES6. So, like I said, I'm expecting to see it sometime next year. I'm expecting it to release in 2027. I hope at least by the end of the year.
No, for sure.
Big Bethesda fan, so
I'm super into Bethesda, man. They make amazing games, very immersive, man, very immersive. So, I mean, I just can't wait to see what the hell they're going on. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming through the show. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here to the channel. Stay tuned with what I got going on for these holidays. Next Friday, we have the Xbox year wrap up. You don't want to miss that one. We got PlayStation and Nintendo year wrap up. We're gonna be talking about and rating each platform.
Even if we don't have the actual official 2025 Xbox wrap thing, you can go to True Achievements to kind of individually track your own. And I think there's another website out there that also does it. But also, you can just go into your PC app or your Xbox Play history and just scroll.
Yeah, you can just see what you played this year. I went to True Achievement. I actually got it. I played like 60-something games this year. That is insane. And it's a year that is my first year as a dad. So
mine was only about 26, but I have over, I think it said something like 3,000 hours.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I did my Steam one. Out of
26 games, I was playing a lot more Steam games because, I'm always on Magic, which is Steam. I'm always on my... Path of Exile 2, which is not even on Steam for me, at least not yet. And I've been playing a lot of both of those games. So not all of my playtime is all in one platform. God damn, that's a lot.
Okay, so here's like my Steam thing. 59 games played, obviously. games that I bought. But buy no games, right? That's what I've been told. 215 achievements, 371 sessions, 49 new games. 49 new games? Damn. I was buying games. 49 games is crazy. Think about it. My top game was Borderlands 4, which was my game of the year. And I've been saying this was the game that I enjoyed the most in 2025. I wasn't lying. 26% of gameplay. We got 9% with Kingdom Come Deliverance, another game that I consider to be one of the top games last year. I mean, this year, we're still not. I did play some Apex Legends. I showed some Lost of Fair like 84. Which is a very, very underrated battle royale game. And Delta Force, which is another free-to-play title that I've enjoyed. I have a few hours. I mostly play this one of my friends that is in love with this game. He loves it. So every time that he plays, I go in there and jump with him. But I barely play by myself. But Borderlands 4 definitely was my top game. And it's only Steam. Like if you go to Xbox, I played like 60-something more games on Xbox and a bunch of hours. I think my top game on Xbox was Call of Duty.
You want to know what mine was on PlayStation?
One
game, 25 hours, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Well, they have all the games, bro. Be careful, Power Boss. You're working in uncharted territories, no pun intended.
I got to the final Sephiroth fight Rebirth, and I still haven't gone back to beat it yet.
Yeah, so I was looking around because I do have the true achievement shit. Oh man, I don't know if I saved it. I think I didn't save it. So yeah, I think my top games were Call of Duty, Gears 5, and I think Avowed or Outer Worlds, one of those two.
I'll pull mine up for
Doom to Dark Ages as well. One of my most played games.
I'll pull up mine for next show.
Yeah. We'll do our next show. We'll have it all ready. But man, I had a blast playing games this year, bro. 49 new games, bro. And I do have some shit in the card that I'm gonna check out as soon as I get out the show. I think Darksiders 3, because I've been wanting to get into Darksiders because I think I played the first one and the second one, but I haven't played 3.
In my opinion, the second one is the best of the 4 games.
The best, right? But I do want to play 3, and I do want to play Genesis. Genesis is amazing. Genesis. You play Genesis? Darksiders Genesis?
I didn't like Genesis as much. I don't know why.
In co-op, it's a different ball game because it has cooperative. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna play that with the homie, and we got a play date for that. So, this year. We gotta admit, gaming was amazing. I mean, at least on our end, we played Avowed, we play Doom: The Dark Ages, we play South of Midnight, we play Grounded 2, we play Call of Duty, Outer Worlds, Borderlands, Kingdom Come. It's just
we almost forgot. Power World just did a small update, the Home Sweet Home update.
Oh, I gotta check it out.
They have their 1.0 update coming next year, which is going to be apparently a massive full-blown release that's going to be great.
Yeah, we got Lycos45 saying it was a good year of gaming for real. This year was huge, definitely. I think this is the best year in gaming for a while. I have to say it, for a while. Like all the games that came out weren't shit. They were performing decently. No 30 FPS fodder, at least not on Xbox for the most part. Didn't experience bad performance in games. I mean, Borderlands, the first couple of days was bad, but then with a couple of patches, I was able to, run it better. The only one thing that I couldn't do with my older rig was to stream it. But now in this one, I can. What can I do in this one now? And other than that, bro, I was just having a blast, man. I hope you guys did too. Let's toast for the next year, for 2026, that I think is going to be even better than this one. And bro, no cap, it's going to be amazing. Halo, Gears, Forza, Fable, Clockwork, God damn it. Blizzard anniversary, Bethesda anniversary. Bro, we also had Oblivion remake this year. We played that as well. And yo, it's been a beautiful, beautiful year for gaming. We got 18G Brad 66 saying my 9-year-old and 6-year-old fell in love with Expedition 33. Yeah, Expedition 33 was nice, bro. Was really nice. It's a game that we're always gonna remember with love, man. Honestly. So, guys, I think this is all. Thank you all for coming. Hit the like button, subscribe, all that good shit. Power Boss, what the hell you been doing? What you been up to?
Playing games, having fun, being in communities, and being everywhere. And
Yeah.
I just fixed one of my external hard drives. For those of you who don't know, so my 1 terabyte SSD internal is going to be getting my streaming software back up. So I'm going to be making content again eventually, sometime soon in the near future, hopefully the turn of the year. Aside from being here, I will be here. And then on top of that, I moved all my games from Steam over to my external hard drive, and I'm working on getting my drive formatted and changed over from exFAT to NTFS, because then I can also move my Xbox games over there and I can install even more games. Plus, I have movies and TV shows on my hard drive, so I'm having a blast playing all sorts of new games, and I'm about to play even more.
Hell yeah. So can't wait to see Power Boss back streaming games and making content. You go ahead and follow him and Power Boss. Y'all already know. And thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for coming through. And I'll see you next week at the same time, Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. We have a huge show next week. Don't miss it because it's going to be extra special.
And it's going to be the last one for the year because of the holidays for Christmas and New Year's, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So
yeah, New Year's is on a Thursday, right? It's Thursday or Wednesday, something like that. Yeah, we'll be back for the after New Year's for sure on that Friday. Definitely gonna be making a show. And I got a bunch of other exciting shit coming
Wednesday
up.
Going into Thursday's New Year's.
Yeah. I got new music dropping too. Hey, we're doing it big, guys. Hey, I'll see you on the next one. It's your boy, Demo Flow, checking out. Peace.
Yeah.
Ra. Yo, Chico, boy. Ra. Hey. Demo Flow Gaming.
Boom, boom, I'm back.
Ra.
Toma. Boom, boom, boom.
Listen, yo, Chico in the house, papi. Dale. Yeah. Ponies over here, ponies over there.
Yeah.
Ponies over here, ponies over there.
Yeah.
Ponies over here, ponies over there.
Yeah.
Ponies over there.
Yes.
Ponies over there. Yeah. Ponies over here, ponies over there.
Yeah.
Ponies over here, ponies over there. Ponies over here, ponies over there. Ponies over there. Ponies over there. Ponies over here, ponies over there. I smell caca, ponies everywhere. They don't play no games, only do their console sales. It's because ponies ain't got shit to tell. Ask about the best, but I haven't played. That's what I hear the ponies tell me every day. Ponies be so silly, but I had no pity. They dissed it for the decade, but now Xbox leady. Now they got no games, karma is so weird. You wish that on Xbox you even volunteer. Instead of play with Smith, filled with PC ports. Third-party games saying you're your pony love. Waiting for Forza that's almost 5 years old. Copying for remasters, damn that shit is cold. Do it for the plastic and all the pony blow. That's why Sony got you spending all your dough.